And welcome back to who would win? Death Battle prediction. Sorry, I'm obviously my schedule's thrown off a little bit. Halloween and something came up with my car yesterday. Nothing major, it's fixed, but threw me off of what I was capable of doing yesterday for videos. So I gotta play catch up today. Michael Myers, Jason came out yesterday. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't much of a fight, and I don't mean that like it was a curb stop. I mean literally, I think the two fought on screen for a minute, maybe. I did like the horror aspect, the horror movie aspect of it, but ultimately, ultimately, my guy won. I'm not saying if you guys saw my prediction last week, you know, or previous 2 weeks ago, you saw my prediction, so you know my guy won. So I'm up again. Let's hope to see if I can keep that guessing. Now, this thumbnail, by the way, is from Eldent777. There you go. Shout out. So I feel justified using the thumbnail. This is a problem match for me, not because it's probably not going to be a cool match, because I know nothing about World of Warcraft. I believe that's World of Warcraft or League of Legends, whatever it was. I think it's World of Warcraft. I know basically nothing about World of Warcraft. So the Lich King, and the Lich King has had many different monikers. I found out over the years, like many different individuals have been the Lich King. And I only have a passing, maybe slightly above average knowledge of Lord of the Rings. Like, I have a better knowledge of Lord of the Rings than, say, your normal moviegoer who doesn't look into this stuff. But in terms of, like, being a hardcore, like, Tolkien fan, you're barking up the wrong tree on that. This also becomes a problem because every time I've looked up Sauron and what his abilities are, I have come up with very little. And maybe I'm just not looking at the right sources or whatever, but every time I've like gone to like official Lord of the Ring pages or whatever, I'm like, I can't find an accurate portrayal of what Sauron's actual abilities are. Now, I keep saying, I said Sauron, but it's Sauron. Now that said, however, Sauron is, if I'm not mistaken, a Maya, which is what Gandalf and like the wizards are. He just didn't become a wizard. He's something else. So we can at least glean from that he's probably capable of anything, generally speaking, most of the type of magics that Gandalf and the other wizards like Sauron, Saruman, Radagast, the Blues, like anything they're theoretically capable of, he could be capable of as well, theoretically. And we know he is superior to them because he completely negged Gandalf when he wasn't even at his strongest in The Hobbit. So he burnt away his magical stuff. Like Sauron, even at his weakest, was still stronger than Gandalf was at a much younger period than we had seen him in the films previously. This was 70-some-odd years, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my couch here. 70-some-odd years, if I'm not mistaken, from their previous Lord of the Rings. And that was a stronger Gandalf, theoretically. But then again, he became Gandalf the White. How strong wizards get is varying. I think it's a plan to actually get stronger at age. But even so, if Gandalf couldn't beat the Balrog, it's not likely he could beat Sauron in a fight. But that being said, we know Galadriel whooped his ass. Like, Galadriel came out and literally whooped his ass when they went to rescue Gandalf in that movie. So, yet, when the little I know about Rings of Power, when the reveal happens, she can't stop him. So, and that's like Sauron just starting out. The Lich King, the little I can say, he telepathy commands the armies of the undead. He wields a massive monster blade, and he's got many other, I'm certain, abilities. So what I really think this fight is going to break down to, and this is my best guess, it's going to be the nature of their immortality. Because both these guys, being a Lich, you're in essence immortal. And Sauron, we know his Sauron's will persisted. Or Sauron's will endured. Because the One Ring holds his essence. Now, the One Ring can only really be destroyed in the fires of Mordor. Will they ignore that because the Lich King has another ability that could counteract that and just allow him to destroy the ring? Possible. But we have no evidence to really imply that or to guess that. Anyone who knows these characters, full sets of abilities better than I do, let me know in the comments below who you think is going to win this fight. But I still think it's going to come down to the type of immortality they have. With Sauron, it's connected to the ring. With the Lich King, I'm not exactly sure what that entails. With a Lich in Dungeons and Dragons, basically a Lich is a undead being that has forgone their original identity and become the Lich King. But your, let's call it essence, your soul, your life force, is contained in an object. I believe it's called a phylactery or something like that. And if you destroy that, or first off, if you can find it, you gain control of the Lich. But if you destroy it, that is what actually kills a Lich. Otherwise, a Lich cannot be killed by any standard means. And I don't know if that is the case in the World of Warcraft or with the Lich King here. But if it is, and I'm just saying this is an if, it's easier for Sauron to destroy the Lich King's phylactery versus the Lich King destroying Sauron's ring. However, from what I did find about the Lich King, it's easier for the Lich King to live on and basically be the last man standing in the fight than it is Sauron. Because, yes, Sauron's will endured. But guess what? He was still killed by all definition of the word. His spirit may have lingered, but his body was gone. So he was still killed, and his spirit just lingered. If the Lich King is killed, someone actually has to replace the Lich King. It's basically a Davy Jones scenario. Stab the heart, and you basically become part of the ship, part of the crew kind of thing. If the Lich King, for some reason, does fall, someone has to replace him. So by technically speaking, the Lich King might try to possess Sauron if the Lich King fails, and ultimately Lich King wins in that regard. Now, is Sauron able to resist that? If he's got the One Ring? Actually, yeah, if he's got his ring on, I think the One Ring could resist that. But if the ring has somehow been taken, like we know he had his ring cut off, his finger cut off and all that. But if he's separated from the ring, well, I don't know. That's a very good question. I will say, given the fact that the One Ring issue is a real problem for this fight for the Lich King. Only because I don't know if they're going to be able to figure out a way to destroy the One Ring with or without Mordor involved. Unless this fight takes place in Mordor, which, why would it? I mean, basically you'd have, if it took place in Mordor, then Mount Doom and Mordor, well then you literally basically create a scenario for the Lich King to win. The Lich King, if that's the only way he could have won, well then by all accounts Sauron should win every other time then. So even if he won that fight, Sauron's the winner then, because you basically staged it for him to win. So yeah, I don't think that they're going to do that. Believe it or not, though, I think I will go the Lich King. I think the type of immortality Lich King has is a bit trickier than Sauron's. Sauron, from what we can tell, Sauron doesn't, at least again from the movies, from what lore I can find, he does have abilities. Like he's not, he's not like just a powerhouse. No, he does know magics and things along those lines. I have never seen a huge repertoire of spells with him. And that being said, I haven't really seen it with Lich King either, but I've never played the game. But I'm going to tentatively go the Witch King. But for the people who know this matchup better than I do, let me know what you think of the comments below. I will go to Lich King. I'm currently up again on my score card, so hooray, but this could easily change. I got a 50-50 shot, so we'll find out what happens. Till then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. By the way, I think I just like the way the Lich King looks more than Sauron. Sauron's, I like the helmet, but I'm like, that looks cooler. It's like, ooh, spiky, yay. That actually looks like a war helmet. That looks like a freaking set decoration. That looks like something you just hang on your wall. So, yeah, I'll go to Lich King. This is just my opinion, though. Let me know in the comments below if you feel any different. If you do, that's cool. We're all friends here. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.